In a world filled with ever-evolving dietary advice and health warnings, it can be difficult to separate fact from fiction. Every day, new headlines claim that one food or another holds the key to health or disaster. But sometimes, rumors take on a life of their own. Today, we delve into one such myth, the idea that a particular food can cause unwanted hair growth all over your body. Let's unpack the truth, explore the science behind hair growth, examine the foods most often implicated in these tales, and understand what really influences your body's hair patterns. First, let's consider the basics. Hair growth is a natural process determined by a combination of genetics, hormones, and overall health. From the soft, downy hair on a baby's arms to the thicker hair that develops during puberty, our body's follicles are programmed to respond to internal cues, especially hormones like androgens, including testosterone. For the vast majority of people, the foods we eat have little direct impact on where, how much, or how quickly hair grows. Yet, stories persist. You may have heard warnings about certain foods, perhaps chocolate, eggs, or even red meat, being blamed for causing excessive body hair. These claims are often rooted in cultural myths, anecdotal experiences, or misunderstandings about nutrition. Let's take a closer look at where these ideas come from and whether there's any truth to them. One common culprit in these tales is eggs. Rich in protein, vitamins, and minerals, eggs are often associated with healthy hair growth on your scalp, not your body. The logic goes like this. Since eggs help strengthen hair, eating lots of them must make hair grow faster everywhere. But the science tells a different story. While the nutrients in eggs, like biotin, zinc, and protein, do support healthy hair, they don't override your genetic or hormonal blueprint. Eating eggs as part of a balanced diet can help prevent hair loss due to deficiencies, but won't cause hair to sprout in unusual places. Another food group that often falls under suspicion is red meat. Loaded with iron and protein, red meat is sometimes linked with increased testosterone levels, a hormone involved in hair growth. However, the relationship between diet, hormones, and hair is complex. While iron deficiency can lead to thinning hair, eating more red meat than your body needs won't result in an overabundance of body hair. In fact, excessive consumption of red meat can have other negative health effects, such as raising cholesterol or increasing the risk of certain diseases, but making you unusually hairy isn't one of them. Chocolate, too, has found its way into the crosshairs of this myth. Some believe that the sugar and fat in chocolate trigger hormonal shifts, especially in teenagers, leading to both acne and unwanted hair growth. But as with eggs and red meat, this belief isn't supported by scientific evidence. Enjoying chocolate in moderation is unlikely to affect your hair patterns. So if these foods don't cause excessive body hair, what does? The answer lies not in what you eat, but in how your body processes and responds to hormones. Medical conditions such as polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS in women, can lead to increased androgen production, which in turn can cause hirsutism, the medical term for excessive body hair. Similarly, certain medications, including some steroids and hormone treatments, can alter hair growth patterns. In rare cases, underlying endocrine disorders or tumors may be at play. That's not to say diet doesn't matter for hair health. On the contrary, maintaining a balanced and nutritious diet is essential for keeping your hair, on your head and elsewhere, healthy. Deficiencies in key nutrients like zinc, iron, and certain B vitamins can lead to thinning hair or slow growth. Protein is especially important, given that hair is made mostly of keratin, a type of protein. But eating more protein than you need won't force your follicles into overdrive. Let's address another angle, the idea that certain foods, especially spicy foods or those high in certain compounds, can awaken dormant hair follicles. This is a misunderstanding of how hair follicles work. The number, size, and activity of hair follicles are determined before you're born and are influenced by genetics and hormones throughout your life. No food has been scientifically proven to turn a non-hairy area into a hairy one, There's also a persistent belief that natural or herbal foods can act as powerful stimulants for hair growth. Supplements containing saw palmetto, fenugreek, or maca root are sometimes marketed as hair growth boosters. While some of these herbs may have mild hormonal effects, there is no robust evidence to suggest that eating them in normal amounts will cause unwanted hair growth on the body. Social media and anecdotal stories can make these myths even more convincing. You might hear from a friend who claims that after eating a certain food, they noticed new hair on their arms or face. But correlation doesn't equal causation. Hair growth patterns can change for many reasons: puberty, pregnancy, changes in medication, or even stress, none of which are directly tied to a single meal or snack. It's also important to consider cultural factors. In some communities, foods considered hot or stimulating are blamed for body changes, including hair growth. These beliefs often have deep roots, passed down through generations. While respecting cultural traditions is important, it's equally vital to differentiate between cultural wisdom and scientific fact. So, is there any food you should actually avoid if you're concerned about hair growth? The answer is simple: not for the reasons described in these myths. However, there are good reasons to limit certain foods for your overall health. Diets high in processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats can contribute to inflammation, hormonal imbalances, and other issues that may indirectly affect your skin and hair, but again, not in the dramatic way the myth suggests. If you do notice sudden or excessive hair growth in new areas, it's wise to consult a healthcare professional. They can help determine if there's an underlying medical cause and recommend appropriate treatment. Self-diagnosing based on dietary myths can delay proper care and cause unnecessary worry. For those looking to support healthy hair, the best approach is a balanced, varied diet rich in whole foods. Focus on proteins from lean meats, eggs, fish, beans, and nuts. Include plenty of colourful fruits and vegetables for vitamins and antioxidants. Don't forget healthy fats, such as those from avocados, olive oil, and seeds, which support healthy skin and follicles. Stay hydrated, as dehydration can affect your hair's appearance and strength. Let's also talk about the role of stress, sleep, and overall wellness. Chronic stress can trigger hair loss or disrupt the normal growth cycle. Poor sleep, lack of exercise, and unhealthy lifestyle habits can all take a toll. Addressing these factors is often more effective than focusing on single foods. To further illustrate the power of myth, consider the story of the so-called miracle berry or other exotic foods rumored to cause wild changes in the body. Often these stories gain traction because they're repeated so often, not because they're true. Scientific research, with its careful studies and peer-reviewed results, remains the best way to separate fact from fiction. It's also worth mentioning that unwanted hair growth, or hirsutism, is a common concern, especially among women. It can cause emotional distress and impact self-esteem. While managing diet is one part of overall wellness, medical evaluation and appropriate treatment, such as hormone therapy, lifestyle changes, or cosmetic procedures, are the most effective ways to address the issue. In summary, the idea that eating a specific food can cause hair to grow all over your body is a myth without scientific backing. Hair growth is a complex process governed by genetics and hormones, not by the contents of your next meal. While some foods support healthy hair by providing essential nutrients, none are capable of dramatically altering your body's hair patterns. If you have concerns about hair growth, focus on overall health, seek professional advice, and remember that what you eat matters for your hair and your whole body, but not in the way urban legends might suggest. So next time you hear a sensational claim about a food causing excessive hair growth, remember to take it with a grain of salt. Look for scientific evidence, consult trusted sources, and make dietary choices based on solid nutrition advice, not fear or hearsay. Your body and your peace of mind will thank you for it.